No, I was not involved in anything. So Blair Dreesen, she's my sponsor. She and mentor. She was constantly posting. She had invited me probably for about 2 years before I said anything to her.
Take note of that, people.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Remember that.
Coach.
If somebody tells you no or ignores you. So I started working on my own health and fitness and decided after seeing her and what she's been able to accomplish that I could really up my game with my health and fitness and then possibly help other people. So I finally said yes to her and just started, about a week after I signed up, I started, inviting and
Awesome. Okay, so one of the things that really touched my heart when I saw your video was this. You called yourself the mom who missed everything. And I'm not a mom, and I'm an auntie, devoted auntie, but I think every single person, especially every woman in this room, is like, oh my goodness, the mom who missed everything, right? Like, tell us about that. What did you mean by that phrase?
So, I have 3 kids. I have a 9-year-old little girl, an 8-year-old little boy, and then a 3-year-old little girl. And I was the mom that missed everything. My daughter plays select soccer. My son was in baseball. My 3-year-old just started preschool. And my kids would come home every day and ask and tell me, oh, we have a field trip. Can you come? And I'd have to say no. And they'd say, well, everybody else's mom is going. How come you can never come with us? I'd miss baseball games. I'd miss soccer games. I didn't get to see my 3-year-old's Christmas concert because my boss wouldn't let me take an earlier lunch to go see her. When I'd get home from work every day, my 3-year-old would say, do you get to stay home with me tomorrow? And I'd always have to tell her no, and she would get really sad. And it was just draining on my emotions. I felt like I wasn't doing what I was put on this earth for, which was to be a mom. And I was so sick of telling my kids no and disappointing them. And it was hard for me.
I bet. I can imagine your heart broke all the time. So it really wasn't that much longer. How much longer was it before you started coaching to when you decided you were able to retire your job?
Well, it was about a month after I started coaching that I became a diamond coach, and I thought, okay, I can do this and work towards quitting my job. So I just, pushed really hard, and because it was really important to me to be able to do that. And so probably about a month after I started, I realized the potential and what I could do and how I could, be there for my kids more.
Awesome. 1 month. That's incredible. So obviously your strong why was, okay, I need to do something different for my family, and you went for it. So tell us about that moment when you told your kids that you were going to be able to quit your job and things were going to be really different around your house.
So I put my 2 weeks in, and we didn't want to tell my kids until, I was able to just be home. And we sat them down and told them that we had a big surprise for them. And
it was probably a big surprise for your husband, too. Like,
no, he knew.
This is crazy. This is fantastic.
But we told them that I get to be home with them, and my 9-year-old cried. I don't want to be emotional.
It's okay, be emotional.
My son, my 3-year-old, she just started jumping up and down, and she was like, you get to watch Mickey Mouse with me every day, and eat marshmallows on the couch, and cuddle, because that was her favorite thing to do. And the next day, I went to a teacher-parent conference at my 3-year-old's preschool, and I told her teacher that I quit my job and I was going to be able to stay home. And she looked at me and she said, Evelyn tells me every day how much she misses you. She's like, I am so happy you were able to do this for her. So of course, then I cried,
And that teacher became your challenger that may help. She should, right?
Not yet.
Keep working on it, just like Blair taught you. That is amazing. I bet it's going to. Well, it has changed things. So that was October, you said?
End of January.
The end of January. Sorry. So my goodness, end of January, and now here we are. How's it going?
It's going great. It's definitely a routine to get into because I was used to, working long hours and then doing my coaching business in between every, part of it. And now I have all this free time, but I just had conferences with my 2 older kids, and my son and my daughter both brought home, or I was given these slips that list out the rest of the year and the field trips. And I had this overwhelming emotion when I looked at those, because normally I would look at those and be so disappointed that there's something else I'm missing. And I looked at those and I looked at my husband and go, I get to go on all of these. And that was pretty cool. So I filled out my slip to have my background check, and I'm already signed up and ready to go on the field trip. So.
Awesome. Yeah. That really piqued my interest and really touched my heart was that you mentioned that you have struggled a lot of your life with depression and having a journey with that. But you juxtaposed that now with saying, I'm now a dreamer. And tell us a little bit more about that. How does those things connect in the first place?
So, since having my son, who's 8, I got postpartum depression really bad, and it got to the point where it just continued, and I guess it was more just plain depression, and I had fought with it a lot, and it was about a month after I started coaching, I realized how happy I was and how I felt like I had such a purpose in helping others, and so coaching kind of gave me something that I didn't even know I was looking for. And now I don't take any pills for depression or anxiety anymore. And before I started coaching, I didn't think about the future, but I didn't look forward to the future because I felt like it was just going to be the same thing every day. Be a mom, go to work, nothing exciting, nothing new. Because I was like, oh, we'll never get there. We're just always getting by. What made me really work hard in my business was that I wanted those things. I saw other people having those things, and coaching made me realize that I could have those things. I could take my kids to Disneyland. I could, put money away for their college. I could, not have to tell them no when they wanted, to go to a friend's house for a birthday party because we didn't have money for a birthday present. And now, I joke that Beachbody gave me a passport because I have to go get a passport now to go on the next Success Club trip, and I'm so excited because I never thought I'd even need one. So
Totally.
that's exciting.
Okay, so we're not at Starbucks having coffee or Shakeology at home. We are sitting here with 300 and whatever number of us, our friends here who are coaches. Some of our coach friends here are brand new coaches. We saw some people stand up and just start coaching last night, right? Some of us are coaches who have coached for a while who are struggling. Some of us, just kind of wondering sometimes, do I have what it takes to do this? Do I have the time? Some of you are single moms that are struggling to make this all happen. What would you say specifically to that person who is thinking, do I have the time, talents, and what it takes to do this business and the way in which it's going to change whatever their life is, their story is, and their why is?
Well, first you have to think and get pretty deep, as to why you started this in the first place. And if that is big enough for you, then no excuse is going to get in the way. And you have to make time for it because nobody else is going to change your life for you. You're the only one. I sat around for a long time waiting for my boss to give me a raise or my husband to get a raise or to win the lottery. And I was like, you know what? I cannot count on anybody else to, help me with my situation. And so I need to be the change. Otherwise, it's just going to stay the same forever. And I was not willing to do that. I was not willing to live a life where I could not send my kids to college, where I could not buy them their first car if they deserved it. And so I just thought, if I don't do this, if I don't help people, and for one, it's great for accountability and motivation in your own fitness goals, but it's also, what it does for you and your family and your frame of mind. Last week, I was at my grandmother's memorial, and we were in Eastern Washington, and all my family was from all over, California, all there, and they were all staying until Monday. And I I didn't know that when I got there. And so I looked at my husband on Sunday and I was like, I want to stay another night. And he was like, okay, let's do it. I was like, awesome. Because before, that would have never happened. And so it's stuff like that that I remember, just those little things as to why I pushed so hard, because I was able to be there with my family, with my kids, not having to rush home to a boss to build somebody else's dreams. I was